Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Russell Rhoads, Director of Research over at EQDerivatives. We're going to take a look at using VolQ as an indicator for trading the Nasdaq-100. Russell, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Great to be here. I'm kind of happy I got to be here on an employment Friday because I love trading the employment number.
Yes, and it was quite a tradable moment this morning when the number came in way better than expected. We saw the immediate reaction in the futures, only to see some rotation and the market come back as the day moved on.
Yeah, well, I tend to, now that we're getting ready to have daily NDX options, I've been looking more and more at putting on trades that expire the same day. And that's something that I definitely look to do depending on what I think of the reaction and what I think the follow through is going to be like on employment day. And this morning, the NDX opened pretty low, opened just a little bit above 13,100. And then for the next hour and a half or so, worked its way higher. But if you looked at VolQ, and if you're trading NDX, you should have VolQ on your screen right next to it. VolQ was confirming that the market wasn't overly concerned about today's employment number and did nothing but go straight down. I mean, it was almost a textbook downtrend. It did not make a new high when the Nasdaq came back in, so it gave me some confidence to stick with a long trade and actually add to it. And right now I'm feeling kind of smart and feeling kind of appreciative toward VolQ for giving me a good signal and giving me confidence to stick long through the day so far.
There you go. That's why I have a doctor before your last name there. But Russell, you and we've been doing content together. It's got to be over 10 years now, almost 12 years. And we have always spoken about that, regardless if you trade options or not. It always makes sense to have some sort of vol indicator up to help you when you are doing risk management, picking the direction of your trades, picking your entry and exit points on your trades, even if you're only trading equity positions. So coming up on our 12th year here, reiterate to the audience why it is important to have a working knowledge of what's happening in the options market.
Well, especially on a day like today, where we opened up down well over 1%, and VolQ spiked up above 26. I think it's got about a 25 handle now. But what you want to see is you want to see both moving in sync with each other. Especially if you're trying to put on some sort of a counter trend trade. And I put the trade on about 30 minutes into the day. VolQ had done nothing on a 1-minute chart, but ticked down. And the Nasdaq had not made a new low after the open, but when the volatility index is moving in the way that VolQ was, it's showing that whatever price action is going on in the underlying index, in the Nasdaq-100, was not bringing in put buyers. And typically the put side of the equation drives volatility indexes. So not seeing some sort of panic buying of protection for maybe a tech-heavy portfolio using NDX options in the form of VolQ not ticking lower and really not moving up much higher than where it's been over the past couple of weeks. It's just a good confirming indicator that you're on the right side. And when it looked like we did make a new low around lunchtime on the NDX, but we didn't make a new high on VolQ, and that gave me the confidence to add to my long trade for the day. It's one of those things that part of it you get a feel for, but there really is a quantitative relationship when one is not confirming the other, and more often than not, it's the volatility index that's giving you the right signal.
And if you think about different timeframes, this is also a strategy you can use if you're looking a little further out. It doesn't have to be specific to an event.
Oh, absolutely. And that's how most people use volatility indexes. They'll take a look at a daily chart, and you might see the Nasdaq-100 making a new 2-month low, but VolQ is not making a new 2-month high. And that's an indication that the market's not as concerned about the future direction of NDX because, again, you're not seeing excess demand for protection against a drop farther, mostly out of professionals.
All right, Russell, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.